I can't tell you guys how off the cuff this review is going to be. I've just been putting this review off for several reasons. One of them is I just haven't wanted to take the knife out of my pocket. I like it so much. But you're probably wondering what you're looking at. Well, this is the Marshmallow Shooter. Not recommended because it broke within a day or two of us getting it. Actually, it was for Trout's birthday. Loaded up with marshmallows and you shoot them out. It's kind of an air compressed thing. Anyway, it's a piece of junk. Why am I showing this? Well, this helped me with the review of the Kershaw Blur. Yeah, I know, kind of strange, but hang in there and I'll make the connection here in just a little bit. The Blur. First off, I think this is a gorgeous knife. I love the clean lines. I love this thing aesthetically. And most Ken Onion designs I really, really like. And this certainly is no exception. The blade steel on this is a Sandvik 14C28N stainless steel. This was my first experience with this steel. And I'm happy to report that I really like it. It seems to hold an edge well. And it takes an edge well. No matter what I've put this through, I've always been able to put a nice edge back on it. And it, like I said, it retains fairly well. I mean, it's not going to retain as well as, say, 154 or something like that, but I really like the steel. Very happy with it. The blade design, I do like this little concave. I mean, I could take it or leave it. Aesthetically, again, going back to that, I really like it. What that does offer, though, is it offers a lot more belly right here than what you would normally get. I like it. No complaints there. The lockup on this thing, well, you know what? We're going to come back to lockup because we'll come back to it. We'll come back to that. Pocket clip. This is a tip up, tip down carry on the right side and right side only. So if you're lefty, you're kind of out of luck with this one. But the pocket clip I really like. It's nice, it holds well, and reasonably deep for the tip up carry. Actually, it's not much different on tip down carry. But overall, I really like it. Like the way it looks. Thin, doesn't poke out too much. That's a good pocket clip. Handle. Handle on this is just fantastic. I love the ergos on it. It's very, very nice. Again, this has just got some very, very clean lines on it. And these Track Tech inserts, I really wondered how they would last. And I've been carrying this knife, geez, at least 2 months now, I think. Maybe even longer than that. And it's been everywhere with me, even up on backpacking trips. These Track Tech inserts have really held up well through what I've put it through. And they're very comfortable, and they strike a great balance between being aggressive to get that nice grip, but being soft enough where it's not going to tear up your pants. Very well balanced that way. While I'm looking at it here, you got the pillar construction. You can see you can see all the pocket lint there from being in my pocket. I like that. It's a lot easier to clean out. Up top, you've got a little bit of something going on here. It helps a little bit, I guess. There's a little bit of jimping there. It's not bad. Not much, though. The thumb studs on these are a little bit different. You can see how they're angled on one side and straight on the other. And they've got some nice, I don't know what you want to call that, jimping. But they work well with getting your thumb in there. They're positioned well, they're angled well, and it just makes this flip out very nicely. Both sides there, of course, you can see. At first I didn't know how I'd like them. I thought it would be interesting to get to know it a little bit because everything else I have is just your normal kind of round thumb studs. And I quite like it. The handle on this is the 6061 T6 anodized aluminum. I really like it. It's fairly lightweight. I'll annotate the weight somewhere over here, or maybe over there, or maybe right here, or maybe, I'll do it right here. I like it. This is a really nice blade overall. Lock up on it. Are we to lock up already? I'm going to make this a quick one. Probably because this review isn't going to end right here. It's going to continue. You'll see why in just a little bit. Lockup is pretty solid, left to right, front to back, you know, just barely anything, and nothing I would complain about. That is just a good looking knife. Overall, I just really like this blade. Let's get to this. So how in the world does a marshmallow shooter play into a Kershaw blur review? Well, when my son got this for his birthday, it jammed up in here with marshmallows. Some of the marshmallows stuck back here, and I just need to give it a good tap on the back. And I didn't really have anything, so I pulled out my knife. And of course, rather than do it with the blade side, I turned it over and did the back of the knife. Now when I say I'm hitting this, I'm not wailing on this thing. I'm just giving this a little tap. Okay, let me show you what happens. Now some of you might freak out because my hand's right there, but remember this is a spring-loaded knife, so the spring's going to stop it before it gets my hand. And yeah, you can see where I'm going with this, right? Watch this. See that? Again, that's all it took. So I was just trying to get the, there it goes again. Let me get it this way. See that? I was trying to get the marshmallows inside here to go down a little bit. And I just barely tapping it. You can see it. That's all it takes. In fact, I can do this on my hand. That's all it takes. So, you know, I'm not much for the spine whack test. You know, I've seen people just hammer the thing on a table. And the way I use knives, they're not going to take that much force in that direction. However, this much force, I'm not very happy with at all. So, my plan is, I really haven't heard this to be a big issue with the blur, and I like the knife so much that I'm going to send this one back to Kershaw, have them fix it for me, and then we'll do an update on it. Because honestly, with that one problem, and albeit it's kind of a big one, I really like the blade. Again, the steel on it, really like the way it retains an edge. I like the blade shape. I like the Track Tech inserts, the overall look, the weight of the knife, the way it functions, the speed safe technology they got going on. I like the auto knives. I think they're kind of fun. So I definitely want to give this knife a chance. All right, we are back. The blur has been in to see Kershaw and arrived back home. I got on their site and it was very user-friendly to find the form that is needed to return a knife, filled it out and sent it in. Now it said it's going to take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to return, and honestly I thought, man, that's a long time. But I'm happy to report it was more around the 2-week range. So either that tells me they're on top of things over there with their return system, or maybe they just don't get many knives to actually fix. And speaking of fixing, yes, the blur is fixed. I took some video of this lock, the locking mechanism, before I returned it, and you can see now that it goes over much further because of the machine work that they've done underneath. And if I get in there, that's a pretty good view. You can see where they've done the machine work underneath. right there. I mean, it's not a coated blade anymore where they've gone under and done that machine work right in there. So the question is, would I recommend the Blur after this little problem I have? And I would say absolutely yes, I would. Companies, especially manufacturing companies, you produce enough of an item and you're going to have a hiccup or two. The question then becomes, how do you handle that hiccup? And in this case, I think Kershaw handled it just fine. I sent it in, they got it to me much faster than I anticipated. This is the exact same knife, I can tell because of the personal touches I've put to it. And this is such a great knife that I really wanted to give it a chance. Like I said, all the things earlier in this review, what a wonderful knife. So yes, did it give me a little hiccup? Absolutely. Is it something that I'm willing to say, gosh, steer away from it? Absolutely not. I think this is a great blade, and I have no hesitation in saying buy it if you want it. Now, also, it's such a popular blade that it does come in many different versions of colors, knife steels, 154 cm, S30V. Those are just several examples of kind of more of an upgraded steel. But guys, if you get this one, if this is kind of the style that you're looking for, spring assisted opening, this is a great blade. I wouldn't hesitate to pull the trigger on it.